What's going on, fight fans? This is D, and welcome to the Standing Incal Fighting Channel. Today, I'm not bringing any news or any discussion about any upcoming fight. I just want to talk about two particular topics that, as a young fight fan, have always bothered me. The first thing is when I hear people say stuff like, "You have to do more to beat the champ," or after a fight say that the challenger didn't do enough to beat the champ. I hear that comment from fighters, whether past or present. I hear from commentators. I even hear from trainers. Like, to me, it makes no sense, because especially if you're coming into a fight as a casual fight fan, if you hear someone say after the fight, okay, well, the challenger didn't do enough to beat the champ, you're gonna have a feeling as if, okay, well, every challenger who enters a championship fight is fighting from behind, basically coming in at a deficit. So he has to do a lot more to claim victory. And again, that should never be the case, because every fight is scored round by round. Whether it's a 1-point round difference or a 2-point round difference, at the end of a fight that goes to the final scorecard, it shouldn't matter who the challenger or the champ is. As a matter of fact, once you enter the ring, I feel that they both parties should be considered challengers, fighting for a vacant title. That's the mentality that a judge should have, and that's also the mentality a fighter should have, that you have to do everything you can to win the fight. So if you enter a fight, and again you hear, you going with the mentality that you have to do a lot more to take the title away from the champion, it's kind of unfair. Again, you should always fight with that kind of energy, to win, period. But you shouldn't have it in your mind that you have to do much more to claim victory. And again, a lot of casual fans take that thought and run with it, and they take their mentality to all fights, whether it's MMA or boxing. So again, I never liked hearing it. It to me, a good example is when Ward fought Kovalev. Most people thought the fight was close. I thought it was close. I thought Ward won by, let's say, a point or two. But again, you can't deny the fact that it was a close fight. So in a situation like that, a casual fan would think, okay, well, the fight was close. Whether they understand how to score or not, they can say, okay, the fight was close. And let's say if they tried to score the fight, and in their mind, okay, the final score was 113, 114 for Ward, they would think, you know what, well, the fight was kind of close. Ward is a challenger, and he did get knocked down, so I'm going to give the fight to the champion, even though when they tallied all their scores, Ward came out ahead. And again, I wouldn't want a casual fan to think that's how judges score. They don't score based on who the champion is or who the challenger is. They score based on rounds. So that's one thing that's always bothered me. And again, I hear a lot of people say it, especially current and former fighters. But at the end of the day, it should be scored fairly, round by round. And at the end of the day, when you tally the scores, you get a winner. The second thing that's always bothered me is when I hear like one individual person, they'll score the fight and then say they feel like fighter A should have won by split decision. The reason that bothers me so much is, as an individual person scoring a fight, there's no possible way you can at the end of the fight say you feel a fight should have gone to a split decision. The reason that makes no sense is, again, you're one person. A split decision is determined because 3 individual judges made a decision, and 1 out of the 3 judges thought fighter A won, as opposed to the other 2 judges who felt fighter B won. That is what is deemed a split decision. So if you put yourself in the shoe of being an individual judge, you cannot determine a fight should be a split decision. That makes no sense. I hear a lot of people say it, again, especially fighters, former fighters. I've even heard trainers say it. It makes no sense at all. And again, I think they say it mainly because they thought the fight was really close. And I get it sometimes, but again, if they really thought about it and use logic, you really can't score a fight a split decision if you're one individual person scoring. So if you are scoring a fight, you either can say fighter A won, fighter B won, or you can call it a draw. You can in no way, shape, or form determine a fight that's a split decision. But again, it happens all the time. I hear it all the time. And it bothers me. It's not a big deal. Again, normally if they say a fight's a split decision, they still tell you who they felt won. But for them to say a split decision victory should have gone to fighter A or fighter B, it literally makes no sense. So those are my thoughts. Those are the two things that in recent, ever since I was a fight fan, that bothered me. And even now, still hearing it, it bothers me. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. This is the Standing 8 Count Fighting channel. And y'all have a good day.